Let's go.
Ready.
Mike?
I'll take the roll for the Wheaton Park District Board of Commissioners regular meeting, September 16th, 2020. Commissioner Vyers.
Here.
Commissioner Morrill.
Here.
Commissioner Hodgkinson.
Here.
Commissioner Fahey.
Here.
President Mee.
Here. Obviously, we have no presentations and no community input unless we've got the invisible man out there. So Rob and Rita and Donna, thanks for coming. We've got a very brief consent agenda. Before I read the 4 items into the record for a motion, does anyone want anything removed? Hearing none, I'll look for a motion to approve consent agenda items A through D. A, approval of the disbursements totaling $1,839,669.86 for the period beginning July 8, 2020 and ending August 11, 2020. B, approval of the disbursements totaling $1,071,000 and, $71,072.92 for the period beginning August 12, 2020 and ending September 8, 2020. C, approval of the July 15, 2020 regular meeting minutes. And D, approval of the September 9, 2020 subcommittee meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Is that Vyers?
Yep.
Motion by Vyers, second by Hodgkinson. Mike, voice vote.
Do you want to take a roll call vote or a voice vote?
No, I think we can take a roll call vote, can't we?
Yes, because of the payables.
Yep.
Commissioner Vyers.
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill.
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson.
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey.
Yes.
President Mee.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to new business, need a motion pertaining to the Arrowhead Chemical Storage Building Project.
A move to approve the Arrowhead Chemical Storage Building Project for a cost not to exceed, that is change order number 2 for a cost not to exceed $7,021 from Integral Construction.
Second.
Is that Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Motion by Fahey, second by Hodgkinson. Mike, we can go for a voice vote here.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you.
Cool. Moving on to item number 2 under new business. Need a motion pertaining to the Arrowhead Golf Club tenting of patio and terrace quote.
I move to accept the quote from Ultimate Rental Services Incorporated for a cost not to exceed $20,000 for the tenting of the Arrowhead patio and terrace.
Second.
Got a motion by Byers and a second by Fahey. Any comments, questions, or concerns?
Mike, roughly, what would that time frame be again that the tent is going to be in place out there?
Tents will be installed Monday, this Monday.
All right.
And then depending on the weather, and depending on the success of our efforts, through October, possibly into November, depending on how mild the weather is.
Okay, thank you.
And of course, those who have been out there, you know that what I call a trolley patio is much the quote new normal now. It's a lot of attention, and so let's hope that we can, spread the people out between the patio and the deck. So, anything else? Mike, voice vote, please.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign.
Moving,
you.
moving on to item number 3, I need a motion pertaining to Cosley Zoo and 855 Prairie Office Building Roof Replacement Project.
So moved.
Second.
So that was the motion to accept the bid from Red Feather for $100,907 plus a 10% contingency allowance. And that was Fahey and Hodgkinson?
Correct.
Keeping up with it. So we have a motion by Fahey and a second by Hodgkinson. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Hearing none, Mike, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Morrill.
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson.
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey.
Yes.
Commissioner Vyers.
Yes.
President Mee.
Yes. Moving on to item number 4. It's, let's go for a 3-part motion pertaining to Park Services equipment purchase, A, B, and C.
I move to approve the purchase of A, an S570 T4 Bobcat skid steer loader from Atlas Bobcat using the NJPE contract pricing in the amount of $36,000. B, Foley 460 blade grinder from Reinders in the amount of $18,195, which is the low quote. And C, Vermeer SC 362 stump grinder from Vermeer Midwest using Sourcewell pricing in the amount of $20,071.
Second.
We have a motion by Vires and a second by Morrill. Any comments, questions, or concerns?
I have a question. There's also a trailer listed in the report.
Rob, I think you had a vestigial trailer that had already been purchased on that report. I believe that is in the report on error and is not an action item for this evening. Is that correct?
Well, I wanted to note it because it was one of the pieces of equipment that was budgeted that we wanted to purchase this year, but Mike is
So-
correct, that was purchased. We had 3 quotes.
It's not necessary to purchase it today.
Yeah, I knew that we had put off one, and I just wasn't sure if this was what we did. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jane.
Anyone else? Mike, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
President Mee?
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 5 under new business. Need a motion pertaining to the additional site visits for the Memorial Park construction project.
I move to approve additional site visit agreement from Williams Architecture at a cost not to exceed $25,000 for the Memorial Park construction project.
Second.
Got Fahey?
Yes.
We have a motion by Vires, second by Fahey. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Hearing none. Mike, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Fahey?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
President Vires?
Yeah,
President Mee,
And he
excuse me.
says yes.
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 Whoever is president. Sorry.
I
Still
know.
fresh in your memory.
John, did you
Indelibly.
pay him to say that? Moving on to item number 6 under new business. Need a motion pertaining to the bid from Eternally Green for herbicide spraying contractual services.
I'll move to approve the herbicide spraying contractual services to accept the bid from Eternally Green Lawn Care at a cost not to exceed $36,816 for all 3 years, 2020, 2021, and 2022.
Second.
Got a motion by Fahey and a second by Morrill. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Hearing none. Mike, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey?
Yes.
President Mee?
Oh, that's me. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yes. Moving on to item number 7 under new business. Need a motion pertaining to the IGA for participation in the DuPage County Local Government COVID-19 reimbursement program.
I'll approve this. I'll move.
I'll second.
So that's a motion by Hutchinson, a second by Fahey to approve resolution number 2020-03. Any comments, questions, or concerns?
I think just for public information, this was basically the formula that DuPage County has decided to use to distribute the COVID relief funds from the federal government.
Yes, the county decided to carve out $1 million specifically for the 38 DuPage County park districts, and they essentially came up with a population-based distribution formula of essentially $1 per population member.
Thanks, Jane. And Mike? Motion by Hodgkinson, second by Fahey. Mike, roll call vote.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
President Mee?
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to the last item under new business, item number 8. Need a motion to place a proposed 2021 budget appropriation ordinance on 30-day public inspection.
So moved.
I'll second.
Is that Fahey?
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion by, was that?
Fires.
Byers?
Vires, and a second by Fahey. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Mike, roll call vote?
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fahey?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
President Mee?
Yes.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you all for moving through our agenda so quickly. And for the public, we take all of these items into discussion and consideration at a prior subcommittee meeting. So that helps us, be very efficient at our regular board meetings. Thanks again, all. Moving on to reports from staff. Mike?
Just commending to your attention recent correspondence from DuPage County Stormwater Management Division regarding the letter of map revision related to one of our properties where the floodplain level was revised slightly. So self-explanatory once you read it. And then we have the annual joint review board meeting for the city's tax increment finance districts that is coming up October 7th, 2020. And again, for your information, I will represent the district as I have been at this meeting, and we'll report back if anything comes up at the meeting relevant to the dollars that are diverted from the Park District's property tax levy to the TIF districts.
Thanks, Mike. All right, any comments, questions, or concerns from commissioners? John?
I just want to make a quick comment, and hats off to Justin Kirtland and the team at Arrowhead. We've had more golf play at Arrowhead this summer than we've had any time in the last 10 years, and I've fielded numerous comments from people who've played golf there, from residents and non-residents alike, who are amazed at the condition that our golf course is in. It looks beautiful. We're having a great season, so great job, Justin, and the rest of the team over there.
Aye, aye, man. Anything else,
Yeah,
John?
I'd like to congratulate the Arrowhead Golf Course staff for becoming a Audubon Cooperative Sanctuary Facility. It took a lot of work to make that happen, and I think it's something they should be proud of, and hopefully they'll promote it or advertise that they've got that award or recognition.
Ray?
Jane?
Nothing?
Kevin?
I'd just like to comment that the zoo, Cosley Zoo, we had 18,000, almost 19,000 visitors in August, and I just think that's great. People are want to go visit the zoo, get outside, and be with the animals. So I thought that was a very good sign of where we are right now. And I would just like to also second the comments from Vyers that Arrowhead, the golf rounds, it's just incredible what we've been able to accomplish being shut down for a few months. So congratulations to the whole staff and everyone at Arrowhead. And the course does look great. John, I also got a lot of comments too from the citizens of Wheaton and on how nice the course is. So congratulations.
Thank you, Kevin.
You guys would be disappointed if I didn't have a couple of comments, but, I want to thank BMO Harris for the donation of the office furniture. That was very nice of them. Mike, where are we putting that? Or have we yet?
Various locations throughout the park system.
Okay, cool. Well, that was very nice of them. Another donation that I would like to recognize is we had a donor contribute $75,000 towards our Cosley Zoo operations, and that is much appreciated, especially at this time. So we're still rocking and rolling there. All of our, our special facilities are obviously down, but, we're still cranking away. And I have to commend, as I did last month, our staff for, managing and operating under significantly difficult conditions. But, man, there's some step-ups going here, Mike. Everybody's being creative, and, they're doing the best they can to offer something, to our residents. And it's, it's overwhelming, and it's very much appreciated. I see that regarding Arrowhead and Food and Beverage, we've got 26 events in August, in our banquet operation, and we still had, 4 of those were weddings. So, we're moving along. It's helpful. We got a nice little note from, one of the families, that held a wedding there, commending our staff. And, of course, we always, in my opinion, we always do a good job there. Things are down, but, people are doing well. And I want to echo the sentiments of the board regarding Arrowhead. I play there, and, there's not one day that goes by that I don't have somebody say that, this is a phenomenal course. I took my 2-year-old grandson out there to expose him to the range and putting area and so forth. And, I'm on the range with him and, somebody that, they don't know me and I don't know them. Man, this is a great course, so I introduced myself and, they said, that we love playing here. It's great. I go over to the putting green, near the clubhouse and, one of the persons that, approached me, I know well. And he said, this is as good as any country club around. And I won't name the other local, operations that he said this was better than, but, there were a lot. So, it's pretty commendable. No, that wasn't mentioned. But, and our rounds, I know that people seem to have a lot of free time now, but, our rounds, we're about a little over, let's say we're about 3,500 rounds down, from where we were at this time last year, but, it's still pretty good considering, how we started and where we started. So, they're doing a great job, Mike, thanks. Arrowhead also was, mentioned in a Daily Herald article as one of the 10 public golf courses to visit this fall. It's not bad. There's a lot of golf courses in Chicago. So, we got to be proud, not only of, the operation, but our staff. I see that our Pumpkin Fest is going to happen in October. So we still have, and we have some event sponsorship coming in. So, Mike, I had a question for you or whoever can answer it. I know that we have the virtual Light the Torch run, but the reindeer, I'm sorry, I missed it. Never mind. Both the Light the Torch run and the reindeer run are both virtual. Am I correct about that?
Correct.
Okay.
Hopefully, by the time we get around to the Cosley Run for the Animals
Okay.
next June, hopefully we'll be able to hold a run in person, right?
Okay, so,
My lips to God's ears, right?
yeah. So the Mad for Plaid Museum Support Golf event is out, is that correct?
We will not be holding that event this
Okay.
January, but we, both partners, the DuPage Museum Foundation and the library, are both committed to bringing that event back in January.
Good.
22.
And I see that the staff has recommended that we delay our casino night that usually takes place in, is it April or May?
It's typically, it's a March event.
March, I'm
typically.
sorry. Okay, so
We're working on some virtual options
yeah.
for some
virtual poker tournament, is that what I
for some
see?
fun gambling that hopefully
Okay.
can support the museum foundation. So stay tuned for some information to come.
Would possibly have the the casino night delayed until the fall, perhaps? That's what I saw.
It's possible, yeah.
Okay, good. Well, and I
There's only
can,
so many events we can cram into the second
I
half
get
of
it.
21 if we get lucky enough to be able to do them, but we're looking at all options.
athletics and recreation, they're doing a great job, as our preschool and camp staff. I mean, they're doing it, under difficult conditions. Last but not least, one of the entries in our staff report was about the mask requirements. How are we doing with compliance, and then how much enforcement is having to take place?
I'm sorry, with what topic?
Mask, wearing of masks?
Wearing
Sorry.
masks. I would say compliance is pretty strong across all operations. We will see with the beginning of indoor athletics where masks are mandatory 100% of the time by spectators and by participants, how that goes. But I would say in general, I'd give all of our participants a solid B right now for mask compliance, obviously, and I'd give our staff an A. Our staff is taking very universally the situation very seriously and making sure that we're leading by example for the mask compliance at all locations.
Well, an A is great, and a B is better than a C, so
Right.
we're
Mike,
working it, that's good.
these requirements are not our requirements, they're state requirements?
The state provides guidelines for all the different types of operations that we undertake, and we articulate those to the public, and we, of course, we have to be involved with diplomatic and professional enforcement on a fairly regular basis. People typically comply without incident. But yes, these are not guidelines that the Wheaton Park District came up with. They're from the state, and apparently those are based on the best information the state has from their sources of information from a scientific basis.
Thanks, Mike. Anybody else?
Well, I was just going to add to the mask compliance. I was very impressed with Cosley's plan for how to move people around the whole facility and not run into each other, because it's kind of an interesting layout. And I've only been there once this summer, but I did notice that people were pretty good about trying to space themselves. Families were good about trying to space themselves. So I thought this, they're kind of working hand in hand together, and we appreciate that and hope that continues. And we hope in other facilities, the same kinds of things are going on too.
Seems to. The ones I've been in.
Staff is doing their very best to reinforce the appropriate behaviors for everybody's safety.
I'm a Parks Plus member, and, everybody comes in with a mask. Not everybody works out with a mask, but some people work out with a mask. So, but there's compliance there, so.
Really, the only two, just to piggyback on that comment, the only two situations for our indoor activities that the Park District hosts where it's acceptable or allowed or within the guidelines to remove your mask is when you're consuming something, such as at Arrowhead. I'm talking about indoors now, or the fitness center only while active exercise is going on. Other than that, the expectation is indoors people wear masks 100% of the time unless they have a qualifying medical reason why that's not a good idea for them.
Cool, thank you. Mike, any reason for a closed session tonight? Rob, Rita, or Donna, any desire to elongate the meeting? No speeches? Then I would look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, was that Fahey? Second by Hodgkinson, or,
Third by me.
and a third by Morrill? So we got a, we got a motion by Fahey and a second by Hodgkinson, and a third by
Motion
Morrill.
was by Vyers.
I'm sorry. Vyers and Hodgkinson, and the third by Morrill. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, all.